Today I'll be discussing the Oregon Mountains and the sediments deposited during the Precambrian and the Paleozoic eras leading up to the early Mesozoic and Cretaceous eras. First off, let's start with the location. The Oregon Mountains are located in southern Santa Ana County, New Mexico. Its name was derived from the Oregon pipe-shaped peaks and ridges of the mountains. This particular mountain range is in what is called the Rio Grande Basin. It is surrounded by other mountains such as the San Andres Mountains, the Franklin Mountains, the Santa Ana Mountains, and the Potrero Mountains. It is also on the eastern side of the Rio Grande Rift Valley. This mountain range can also be divided into different parts. You have the Rabbit Ears, the High Horns, the Lower Horns, the Needles, Sugarloaf area, and La Cuerva. To start off, we will be talking about the Precambrian era and the Paleozoic era, which will begin in 541 million years ago, ending in 242 million years ago, just right before the Cretaceous era, which we'll be discussing in Cristo Rey. First off is the Precambrian period, which is exposed on the east side of the Oregon Mountains. The predominant rock of this era is going to be granite. We can divide it into three different areas and three different types of granites. We have a granite with alkaline feldspar, a granite with pink orthoclase, and we have a granite which shows brown weathering. Amongst these different types of granites will also be intrusions in dikes of pegmatite and aplite. You'll see them more specifically around the Oregon batholith, amongst the roof pendants. These different types of granites are going to be overlain, but what is our first formation of the Cambrian era, which is the Bliss sandstone. The Cambrian Ordovician period can be divided into three different groups, beginning with the Bliss sandstone, El Paso group in the middle, overlain by the Montoya group. The Bliss sandstone can be divided into two different units. You have the upper unit, which will be made out of thin-bedded quartzites and samedium, sandstone, and silty shale. Then you'll have the lower unit, which overlays the granite, is made up of gray to tan, thin medium orthoquartzites in a thin-bedded with shaly units. In these images, you can see how the Montoya group overlays the El Paso group. The El Paso group, which will consist of domatized sandy limestone, is overlain by the Montoya, which is made up of dolomite and can be divided into four formations. You have the basal Cable Canyon sandstone, the Upham dolomite, the Alaham dolomite, and the Cutter dolomite. Next, we have the Silurian period, followed by the Devonian. The Silurian period is known for its Fusselman dolomite series, which can also be broken into two units. You have the first unit of a pearly gray dolomite, and the second unit, which is a weathered, more sturdy dolomite. The Fusselman dolomite series is overlain by the Devonian formations, which consists of the Canutillo formation, which is made up of dolomite and sturdy limestone, and this is overlain by the Purchase shale, which is a shale that is mostly confined to gullies. Next, we have the Mississippian period, which can be broken down into five different formations. First off is the Caballero formation, which consists of two units. One would be the dolomite siltstone, and the second unit would be a shale with nodules limestones. The next formation that we'll have is going to be the Lake Valley formation, which is made up of crenodal limestones. So that one is a lot easier to identify. Next, we have the Las Cruces formation, which is made out of a ledgy limestone, which can be viewed on cliffs around the Bishop's Cap area. Fourth, we have the Ranchera Formation, which is known to be a limestone with a poor fossiliferous sands. Last is the Hounds Formation. This formation is also shale with nodule limestone, but is known to be a lot softer. In this first correlation displayed, we can see the different formations displayed in the Bishop's Cap area. The last periods to discuss are going to be the Pennsylvanian and Permian periods, which can be divided into 7 formations. First is the Lead Camp limestone, which can be seen as massive Schertz limestone that overlays. First is going to be the Lead Camp limestone, which consists of a massive Schertz limestone, which can also be viewed from cliffs. These massive Schertz limestones are overlain by Latunas cliffs of limestones, followed by the Borino limestone. This particular formation is what makes up the peak of Bishop's Cap. Next is the Panther Seat Formation. This formation is distinguished by its fine to medium grain classic limestone. And this one is overlain by the next formation, which is called the Hueco Formation, which is made up of sandy, Schertz conglomerate limestones. The Hueco Formation is overlain by what is called the Ebo Yeso sandstone. It can be sandstone, siltstone, and shale. This one is overlain by what is called the Yeso San Andres Formation. These types of formation are more particularly found in the Love Ranch area and can be distinguished from its light to medium limestone. Here we see the correlation of the Pennsylvanian and Permian formations, followed by a correlation of all the different formations that I discussed, starting with the Bliss Sandstone, ending in the Yeso San Andres. You can see at the very top that it is overlain by the first formation of the Cretaceous area. The first Cretaceous formation that overlays that of the Permian is going to be the Sarton Formation, which is going to be mentioned in the Cretaceous period in Cristo Rey. Thank you all for hearing my presentation, and I hope you have a lovely summer.